How are you guys doing? This is Ryan. Welcome back to the channel. And in this week's video, I am about to take off to Slovenia to the Bitcoin Cash conference, BCH Bliss. I hope to see a lot of you guys there. And before I take off, just wanted to do a quick video and touching on what the hell is happening in crypto and Bitcoin Cash. You know, prices are generally down, and they're all down. And then you know, George Gammon's want to talk on his adoption efforts and out in St. Maarten, or not his adoption efforts, but him going to check out the adoption efforts that were done in St. Maarten and his experience there. So yeah, prices are generally down. If you've been following this channel, I've been saying that's likely to occur post-halving. The prices went up very high with a lot of bullish sentiment about the halving and Bitcoin ETF, and you know, seemed like all good news. And then before you know it, the euphoria of that is over, and then you get some bad news. We've had a lot of coin mixers get shut down, lightning transmitters, and you know, notable people getting arrested. Roger Ver, CZ getting sentenced to prison. You know, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So, but you know, it's always darkest before dawn. It's gonna be, you know, bumpy and make it a little bit worse, but I'm still very bullish in crypto in the next 6 to 12 months. And yeah, and I predicted that the prices would go down. I didn't understand these arrests would be done. There seems to be a pretty good attack on crypto and notable people within the crypto community. So, but touching on that a little bit more, yeah, it's the George Gammon visit to St. Maarten. I wanted to talk about that. So I thought Callisti, who I'm gonna get to see in Europe for the first time, made a nice response video of that, and I think as that someone's done onboarding and certainly been out to the Caribbean a couple times to check out their efforts. I do think his experience would have been better in St. Kitts, but overall in St. Maarten, just want to talk about like the idea of adopting, you know, doing the adoption and the way they've done it. And certainly it would have been a lot wiser for them to keep on using BCH over the last couple of years. They would have appreciated a lot of value, saved a lot in transaction fees, but it didn't happen. You know, there was great onboarding efforts out there, but you know, it's an interesting thing to try to adopt because, you know, to keep up with the maintenance and everything, it's a lot of, you know, essentially somewhat voluntary effort. And you do these things because you believe it'll make more value to the coin, and that's how you can make money. And that is essentially what happened, right? There's more onboarding efforts with BCH, and look at the price is much higher now. But the maintenance of it is a little more difficult, you know, because let's say I'm a payment processor like a company like Toast in the United States here. You know, I am making those transaction fees, so I have a lot of ability to cover maintenance costs at scale. So you want to onboard the entire world, and you know, the people that are making the money are the coin holders and the miners. And yeah, so the overall maintenance and encouragement really is done by, you know, it's very difficult. What they do out in Australia, Bitcoin Jason out there, they have a great system. I'm sure it costs a substantial amount of maintenance costs that investors out there are willing to hold up, but it's very concentrated. You want to go do the whole world, go to St. Maarten, go to St. Kitts, go to Antigua, do, you know, the United States, like, you know, there's challenges, and you know, hiring employees to keep training and having customer service. So it's probably one of the more challenging things in onboarding, and that's why, you know, while these things are good and important, I'm glad they happened out there. And George having a somewhat not so good experience trying to use Bitcoin Cash because the adoption rate has fell since the onboarding is, you know, how do you break through and get sustained real usage? It takes a psyche change. It takes, you know, an education. And I'm not going to point out anyone in particular, but just in general, the world has a poor understanding of economics. And if you're a nerd in crypto, you probably have a lot better understanding of it. And even people in crypto are just generally just speculators and don't really understand the economics. But you know, let's say the super users and the real hardened libertarians, you know, live for this stuff. And you know, our day will come, and we're trying every method we can to make it to come as fast as possible. And that's why a lot of people end up in Bitcoin Cash, because if you look at Bitcoin had such a running start, and by them suppressing their adoption rate, really led to the whole market, you know, seizing their market share, and everyone now trying to decide what coin is it going to be. Is it going to be Bitcoin Cash, Monero, Dash, Zcash, Zcoin? You know, which there's thousands to choose from now. So, you know, it needs to be done at higher levels and more education. And, you know, like, it took the internet decades to become popular, and crypto's not that young anymore. But we definitely have made some moves. And, you know, for people that want a better world, that can't come soon enough. So, yeah, George, if you do catch this video, sorry you had a bad experience out there. Again, I do think it would have been better in St. Kitts. But yeah, just a profitable model for onboarders that, you know, aren't just funded by, maybe, I'm not saying there, but, you know, funded by, you know, small people, like, you know, or funded by crypto whales, you know, to make it happen. And because there needs to be the return on investment, essentially. And, you know, for a long time, Bitcoin was such a great return on investment because it was just growing so fast, and anything that these people were doing to help make the coin more useful, they were seeing massive returns on it, right? Allowing people to get access to crypto, creating more demand for the coin. The halvings were bigger supply chain shocks. The hardest work is in front of us, and the time is now. There's no better time to plant a tree than now. So, you know, I'm excited to go out to BCH Bliss and work with some developers and other people in the community and learn about what they have been doing, and really blown away with how much progress BCH has made in terms of the protocol. Opera is going to be huge. No static block size. We can scale to the world now. Let's fucking get it. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're concerned about volatility in the market, don't. You know, it's probably a better time to buy some more. And just relax and hope to see you at Bliss. I gotta leave my beautiful home here in South Florida. This isn't my home, but BCH need to be a little bit higher for this to be my home. But maybe soon. See you in my next one.